kill someone. I was preparing content for this video and I happened to come across a blog. And that blog showed the top 10 feared things in the world. And in those top 10 feared things in the world, what was the top one fear? What was the most feared thing in this world? It was the fear of speaking in public. I kid you not, fear of death. That stood in the second position. That didn't surprise me because most of us do have this fear of speaking in public. That's called claustrophobia. So what funny reference you draw from this blog is people are ready to die but they're not ready to speak in public, right? So that brings me up to this topic, fear of speaking in public. I'll ask you a question. If I ever were to ask you to come down to stage right now and speak for 5 minutes, what kind of excuses would you come up with? The first time ever I got a chance to speak in public, you know what excuse I had to come up with? You know what I had to do? I had to kill someone. Well, not in the actual sense. I lied to my mom telling, "Mom, one of my classmates died, so the school is shut down. So there's no school today, it's a holiday." And that's when I realized you can't mess with Indian moms. So I got a hand-shaped tattoo on my face and I had to go to school anyway. And that day I had to speak on stage. The first time ever I went on stage, my mouth went on silent mode and my hands and legs were on vibrate mode. The audience looked so blurry, I was not able to look them in the eye. And my heart was beating so fast. You can relate to it, right? Like when you're on stage and you're nervous and it's so dead silent that you're able to listen to your own heartbeat beating. Lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. Well, mine was on another level that day. I tried to listen to my heart and all I could hear was Domtana, 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 diritirena. Yes, that dramatic music that plays in opera when mother-in-law catches this daughter-in-law wearing jeans pant. Right? Yes, I felt so nervous that I was not able to speak. I too had this glossophobia. And I'll be telling you why do we fear speaking in public. So reason number one is the haunting of our past. So before I get started on this topic, let us time travel to our past. Let us go back to a point of time in school when our teacher asked us to read a paragraph from English or social studies textbook. Feeling nostalgic already? Wait, it gets interesting. We used to meticulously calculate how many students were there in each bench and we used to figure out which paragraph we would get. And we used to prepare for it so rigorously. And we also, not only we prepared, we also used to chant Jai Hanuman Agnana Guna Sagar so that we don't screw up. Because we were so much worried about what would Rohan and Kaushik from first bench and Lavanya and Lokesh from third bench would think of us if we screw up. Does it make any sense now? Like our famous stand-up comedian Bassi says, "Koi sense hai is baat ki?" But back then, it made so much sense to us. But even after all those meticulous calculations, rigorous preparations, and all the prayers, we still made spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. And ever since then, a shadow casted upon us, saying, "Bro, this is not your cup of tea." When it comes to career, it's absolutely fine and okay if you don't learn skills like dancing or rope climbing or swimming. And it's a meaningless question to ask whether you're interested or not interested in public speaking when it comes to career, because if you have to become a leader, you have to set yourself apart from the crowd, stand alone and speak your heart out. See, take any award ceremonies of your movie stars, be it any function in your school Be it any business venture, you'll be waiting for that one person to come on stage and give his speech, because you know that person would win your hearts through his speech. Through one simple thing that we forget is we're all born as babies who didn't know anything other than eating, sleeping, and pooping. Nobody were born with skills. It's not like, oh, Dhoni is born, he'll become a cricketer. Shah Rukh is born, he'll become an actor. Okay, so nobody is born with these skills. It's something which we acquire eventually. Let me put it in a simple language. You know swimming? Okay, you know cycling? Right? You know cycling, right? So, was there not a time when you fell off of a cycle and hurt yourself while you're learning? There was, wasn't it? So, if you didn't give up on cycling, why give up on speaking? Once a famous basketballer, Michael Jordan, was asked what was the reason behind your success. And you know what he said? He said, I failed, but I failed early. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. If you think failing in public speaking is bad, think again. Because you know what's worse than that? Not trying and having a regret that you could have done something. The second reason why people fear speaking in public is सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग और ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ. And that roughly translates to what people think of you has become the biggest pandemic. Let me tell you a short story about a husband, wife, and a donkey. Some of you might already know, but this is for the people who don't know. There'll be a husband, wife, and a donkey, and they'll be walking towards a destination. After a while, they'll meet certain set of people, and they'll be like, "Can't you guys use that donkey as a means of transportation? Your journey will become simpler." So, husband, wife decide to, ride the donkey, and they're riding towards their destination. After a while, they'll meet another set of people. Now, this time, these people actually curse the husband and wife. They're like, you guys should rot in hell for being such cruel human beings and for putting your body's weight on a poor donkey. So, husband feels a little bad. He'll be like, you know what, darling, let's decrease the load on our donkey. I'll start walking and you be on the donkey. We'll try to switch later. So husband will be walking and wife will be on the donkey and they're walking towards the destination. After a while they'll meet another set of people. Now this time they make fun of the husband. They'll be like, oh, look at that guy. I think the wife rules in his house. She is sitting happy while this man is walking. So husband feels a little embarrassed and he said, honey, I think it's time we switch places. So this time husband is on the donkey and the wife is walking and they're going towards their destination. After a while, what happens? They meet certain set of people. And do you think these people will be quiet? No. Now they said, what kind of a man are you for letting your woman walk on the streets while you're happy and comfortable on a donkey? You're a donkey, they said. Husband becomes mad. He gets infuriated, he becomes crazy, he carries the donkey on his shoulders and they're going towards their destination. But do you think people would really stop after this? No, they'll call him mad. So what I'm trying to say is, people will not stop talking about you until you become mad, and even after you become mad also. The thing is, you need to accept the fact that stopping people from judging you is impossible. But what is possible is the way you react to it. Right now, they might be judging you for watching my video. They might judge me for making this video. But do you think I care? I don't. Because it's my job. Guys, remember when you, I, or anyone goes on the stage, we go there to perform. We go there to deliver our content. We should not forget the fact that we are going on the stage to express our feelings and not to impress every Tom, Dick, and Harry present in the room. If you really want to impress everyone, then forget the quest of becoming a leader and start selling ice creams. The third and the final reason is the mother of all reasons. That is negative self talk, underestimating your own self and self deprecating your character. It's not any physical hindrance that is holding us back, it's our own brain. If our thoughts are under our control, our performance also will be under our control. Like Kobe Bryant once said, if you're afraid to fail, you're probably going to fail. See, now what I try to say is we tend to believe what's in our head. So let's do this activity, okay? I want you to close your eyes for 10 seconds and follow my instructions, okay? I just want you to close your eyes for 10 seconds and follow my instructions. So close your eyes, okay? Now don't imagine a white vanilla ice cream placed over a plate. And don't imagine a hot brownie placed over it. Don't imagine nuts and raisins drizzled all over it. And also don't imagine a red color strawberry placed over it. Oh my god, my mouth just filled with saliva. Anyway, you did imagine that beautiful ice cream, didn't you? Now, what I try to say is, even if you think there is an ice cream and even if you don't think there is an ice cream, the word ice cream is still stuck in your head. Similarly, even if you think that you would screw up or even if you think that you would not screw up, the word screw up gets stuck in your head. Instead of filling your thoughts with the probability that you would screw this up or not, try filling your head with the content you're about to deliver. And once you're prepared with the content, do me a favor and believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who else will? Instead of thinking you would fall, why don't you think you would fly? Having said that, it's up to you to choose which of these voices would you accept and turn them into your reality. Thank you. To summarize, why do we fear speaking in public? One thing is the haunting of our past, another thing, the fear of being judged, and another thing, the negative self-talk. We also discussed on how to overcome the same. This video was about the why, but the next video will be about the what. What makes a good public speaker? What are the things you need to practice in order to give an outstanding speech? So I'll meet you on the next video. Hey, but before that, could you smile if you learned at least something through this video? And if you did, why don't you share it with your friends and family so that they smile too?